Hello, I'm Deborah Clark, your Pinellas County Supervisor of Elections.
Hello, I'm Wanda, a mental health counselor at the Lighthouse of Pinellas at the Watson Center.
Wanda and I have teamed up to encourage voters with visual or physical disabilities to take advantage of using the ADA accessible voting system, the AutoMark, at an early voting site or at the polls on Election Day.
The voting technology includes an audio headset, Braille keypad, touch screen, 2-switch paddle, and sip and puff devices to assist the voter with your ballot. The AutoMark will mark your selections on a paper ballot. From there, you will place your ballot in an optical scanner where your vote will be recorded and your ballot placed in a secure ballot box.
All polling places are ADA accessible, and our poll workers are ready to assist you in any way they can.
We encourage you to take advantage of this voting system that will allow you the opportunity to vote independently and privately.
The right to vote is one of the freedoms we cherish most. If you're not a registered voter, register today. Go to votepinellas.com or call 727-464-6788. If you're already registered to vote, make your voice heard. Democracy works best when we all participate.
The following video will help you know what to expect the next time you go to an early voting site or to the polls on Election Day. When you arrive, you'll be greeted by a poll worker who will ask what kind of assistance, if any, you require. You will then proceed to the inspector table to complete the check-in process. You will also be asked if you would like to use the ADA accessible voting system, the AutoMark. You will then proceed to the ballot manager's table where you will be given a paper ballot and secrecy folder. If you have indicated that you would like to use the AutoMark, a poll worker will guide you to the machine and will provide instruction for its use if required. For your convenience, here's a preview of how to use the ADA accessible voting system, the AutoMark. The ballot must be inserted into the tray that's located on the front of the AutoMark. The ballot must be inserted straight to avoid ballot jams. To ensure the ballot is inserted straight, the sides of the ballot should be touching the flat, smooth edges of the tray, and the ballot must be underneath the lip of the tray. After the voter has completed voting and the AutoMark has marked the ballot will eject from a narrow slot above the insert tray. To begin voting, insert the ballot into the insert tray. It will take a moment for the AutoMark to display the ballot language on the touch screen. When the AutoMark is ready, instructions will be displayed on the first screen. The AutoMark has a flashing indicator that will prompt the voter to the next step. A voter using the touch screen function of the AutoMark will simply touch their selections. A voter's choice will be highlighted in yellow. The AutoMark will alert the voter if they've made an undervote and will give the voter the option to go back and make additional selections or to continue voting. To change the selection, the voter would simply touch their new choice. To write in a candidate's name, the voter would touch the write-in option and spell out the candidate's name using the alpha keypad. The voter also has the option of going back and reviewing or changing selections from previous pages. Persons with limited vision may want to use the options of zoom in and zoom out. This function magnifies the ballot and also returns the print to normal size. There's also a contrast option that will switch the background to black and the print to white. At the end of the ballot, the AutoMark will display a review screen. This will recap all of the voters' selections. Once the voter is sure they've made all of their selections and does not want to make any changes, they will touch the Mark Ballot button. It will take the AutoMark a few minutes to mark the ballot. If the voter made a mistake, they may obtain a replacement ballot. Voters who are visually impaired may use the audio function of the AutoMark. A voter will use the keypad on the right side of the AutoMark to maneuver through the ballot and an audio headset to listen to the audio voice recording of the AutoMark. The up and down arrow keys will allow the voter to scroll through the voting choices. The back and forward buttons will allow the voter to scroll from page to page. The square select button will allow the voter to make a selection. A visually impaired voter who is not using the touchscreen function of the AutoMark may want to turn off the touch screen to protect their privacy. This can be done by pressing the diamond-shaped screen button on the keypad. The circle repeat button will repeat the last item the voter heard through the audio headset. The upper oblong tempo button can either increase or decrease the speed of the audio voice recording, and the lower oblong volume button can either increase or decrease the volume of the audio voice recording. Please note the volume of the voice recording is automatically set very low by the machine before each use. It will be necessary for the voter to significantly increase the volume before they start voting. There are 4 auxiliary ports that can be used on the AutoMark. The 2 ports on the left are used for audio devices. The 2 ports on the right are used for 2-switch paddle and sip and puff devices. The audio headset provided at the polls can be plugged into the smaller of the 2 audio ports. A voter may bring their own audio headsets and can use either audio port depending on the size of the headset jack. The 2-switch paddle device can be used by voters with limited upper mobility or limited use of their arms and hands. The 2-switch paddle device provided at the polls can be plugged into the round access port. The voter may bring their own 2-switch paddle device and can use either access ports, depending on the type of jack. The sip and puff device can be used by voters who have extremely limited or no use of their arms and hands. If a voter does not bring their own device, one can be provided at the polls. The AutoMark is multifunctional and designed for voters with visual and physical disabilities or voters who are unable to read. But the AutoMark can be used by any voter. Poll workers will be available to assist at any time throughout the voting process. Voters may also bring a person with them to the polls to assist. If this person is needed to assist with marking a voter's ballot, state law does require some paperwork to be completed. Every polling place will have multiple devices to assist you in the voting process. Those include Braille translations of every voter information poster, Braille translation stickers on the secrecy folder that explains its use, a magnifying sheet to use for any purpose, stylus, an ADA accessible voting booth, and signature guides. We also have large print voter registration applications and Braille reference voter registration applications at numerous offices located throughout Pinellas County, including our 3 election offices. For a complete list of locations that offer these applications, please visit votepinellas.com. We hope to see you at the polls and to make your voting experience a positive one.